I'm Giorgio and I'm a professional boxer. A year ago I was debuting as an amateur boxer, and a year later, today, I'm a professional boxer. I remember everything started 3 years ago, just after the lockdown, when I was struggling financially and mentally, being addicted to drugs and alcohol, right? I was wanted to change myself and do something and, you know, change everything and become a new person. I remember that day so well because I will never forget this day, right? Because I always say that that day, right, that moment, it's a sign from God, right? Because I was just sitting random and watching some YouTube, and I got a recommendation from a boxing fight, and something in my mind just told me, just click on it and watch it. And I did, right? So I clicked on it, on that fight, I watched it, and I got so satisfied by that video, right? By the way they walk into the ring, by the way the fights, they have the post-interview and all this, everything, it satisfied me so well that I said, you know, I think that's what I have to do, right? That's the plan for me, right? So I remember all that day I was just thinking about boxing, right? I was just thinking about myself getting into boxing and, you know, box. So the next day I went to a boxing club, I signed up over there and I started training, right? I started learning, and since then, right, I just wanted more. I was wanting to learn more. I was wanting to train as much as I can. I was just wanted boxing in my life. I didn't want nothing else, right? My financially didn't feel no more that bad, right? I didn't even care about that. My mental health become better. You know, I start having friends around me, you know, people, coaches and all this who care about me, and I felt good. I felt like, I think that's, you know, the new life of Giorgio. So I start training, I start reading books about boxing, I start studying about boxing and learn more, and, you know, I was just wanted to go to the gym every single day. I was wanted to live over there, right? You know, I was the first person going to the gym and the last person leaving the gym, right? So I was just always there. I get quite good at boxing, right? In a decent shape, physically and boxing wise. I said that I have to move to the next step, which is amateur boxing. And I joined my first amateur club in South East London called Honour and Glory. And I get very good feeling here by the coaches and by the boxers. I felt good. Everyone welcomed me well. Everyone was nice with me. And I just felt like home here. So I moved here as a boxer. I got carded as an amateur boxer, and I started hustling.
He was training over in East London, he'd done a couple of white collar fights, but it wasn't really the right thing for him. We used to get 2 trains coming to our gym, like, you know, so he used to go into London, then back out again. It used to take him about 2-3 hours every night, so it was like 3 times a week. That just showed dedication, man. With that, we knew that, you know, he really was hungry to find a club that wanted to invest in him, and seeing what he was all about, you know, he was going to work, going to college, you know, and still found time to do that. I just found it amazing as a kid. So we signed him up to the amateurs, explained to him that, you know, he has got a lot of work to do, and, you know, he's quite raw, but he had something about him that just showed that he was hungry for it. So we got him ready, took him out on his first show to show him what it was all about. And he got lost in the ring, like, you know, he'd done enough work on that first bout. I'll never forget it, because, you know, he loved a screw shot, you know, but he spun out and he was facing the wrong way, so he got lost a little bit. And the boy that he was boxing just got straight on him, and unfortunately for me, I feel that the judges just sort of went the other way because he was a little bit inexperienced. We come out of there, and of the upset in his eyes, you know, he cried. He felt he let everyone down. He felt he let himself down, because he hasn't really experienced that sort of loss before. Because the problem is with people, they blow smoke up people's backsides, and he hadn't had anyone around him to tell him the real way of boxing, you know, and being real about himself. You know, so he's gone from being a kingpin out of one club to the bottom of the rank in our club. Now, yeah, again, that just showed so much passion, you know, like we had an hour and a half drive back, you know, and he was quiet, he cried, and just showed passion, you know, he didn't want to feel like that again. And every time now, he's gone out, just got better, he's like a sponge. You know, he went from one bout in 2022. By the end of the year, he had half a year with us in the first season. Second year, he had over 20 bouts. Won his B-class novices, then he got his ABAs, 2 box cups, went to Spain twice. Bloody hell, right, you know, all that in a year, you know, in 1 year, you know, and now, the man's turning professional, you know, and he's got a lot more to give, and I just don't know where he's going to go. He's just going to keep going further and further now, you know. Well, there is no limit for this point, no limit at all.
At some points, I felt that the coaches, they really believed in me that I could achieve something in boxing, that they were spending so much time on me, and they was putting effort and, you know, sacrificing them, you know, on my boxing side, that I was wanting to give something back as well. So I started coming earlier from work, right? I was leaving my job earlier to get here and help with the little ones, with the juniors, right? I was helping around from, you know, padding and all this. I was trying to give something back to my coaches, to my team, but to the community as well. So then I got my volunteering badge. I was helping with the juniors and the seniors, amateurs. I'm just trying my best to inspire the young generation, especially with my story and the way I overcome everything, right? And I'm trying my best to become somebody